Hey, everybody, this is Scott from Scotty's Polls. I wanted to do a different kind of video today, and I've had a lot of friends reach out to me um, for the plain simple fact that I've gotten heavily back into card collecting again after a long sabbatical. I started card collecting in 1987, baseball, and then into the early 90s, got into some basketball and even hockey. And that continued up until through high school, 96, 97. And then obviously it wasn't of interest at that point in my life. It resurfaced after college when I was around 21 or 22. And this is 2000, 2001, with a buddy of mine that I went to overnight camp with that was working for the Fleer Corporation. And we actually bartered. I was a personal trainer. We bartered personal training for boxes, hobby boxes of Fleer basketball, which a lot of my collection is of that. I think in some of my previous videos, I showed you the 2001 Fleer Ultra Michael Jordan gold medallion that I ended up getting graded, that ended up coming back a 10 from SGC. Estimated value is anywhere between 15 to 2,500. And that was sitting in my old collection. So I did get rid of a lot of my old junk cards, but I had a box of regular cards. And this past Father's Day, my wife, after going to a barbecue at a buddy's house who got really back into card collecting, kind of reignited the flame. And I was always looking for a hobby to get back into or get into again, outside of what my wife and I do with our company and our business. And this was perfect for me because I love sports. It also helps you kind of re-engage in sports and get more knowledge. So that weekend, we went to a card store in my local area, and she treated me to a couple hobby boxes of cards. And I started with baseball. And I ended up, the one box that I got, I ended up pulling a 2021 clearly authentic Ronald Acuna on-card autograph numbered to 99, which is around $1,000 card, ungraded. And I was hooked. I ended up getting a couple more boxes that weekend. So what I wanted to do today is kind of show the transition, but give everyone some advice of what they can do to get back into card collecting, because I've learned a lot. Obviously, there's grading card companies that I use now, and there's things that the industry has changed since we were kids. Back when most of us started collecting cards in the late 80s, early 90s, there were no card grading companies. Everything was considered quote unquote raw. A raw card is an ungraded card obviously in its raw state. But the honest truth is, most of the cards that we all collected back in the day, if they're ungraded, are worthless. There are maybe a tenth of the value of what something can be. Prime example, I recently purchased a 1990 Fleer Michael Jordan All-Star sticker card. That was $7.99 raw. But if I grade it and it comes back an 8 or a 9, it's maybe worth $100, $120. Now, the big thing is this, and a lot of people reach out to me and say, should I get this graded? Should I get this graded? And there's some things that you need to look at. Number one are the edges, first and foremost. The four edges of the card have to be pristine, sharp, and perfect. Number two is surface damage. So making sure that there's no bubbles, there's no scratches, there's no scrapes, anything of that, any surface damage. But third, and probably most important that a lot of people don't look at, is centering. And a lot of the cards that we may have had as kids, we would never know if it was good or not because we didn't even look at the centering. But if you can look at a card and it's perfectly centered on the front and the back, then you have something worth sending into whether BSG, which is Beckett, PSA, which is, one of the top ones to use, SGC, which is what I use, TGA, the grading authority, or GMA. And the fact of the matter is that there's a lot of ways that you can get started out with collecting cards. And I wanted to kind of show you a couple different ways to do this. And, I started with getting hobby boxes, and hobby boxes are tremendously more expensive than other things. So I'm on panini.net, which are basically, this is where you can buy hobby boxes where you're guaranteed certain types of autographs. But just to kind of show you a hobby box right here of Panini Donruss Optic NBA trading cards is $450, where you can go and you can get a retail box. So just to kind of show you Optic basketball, and I'm on a website called StockX, which is where you can actually bid on cards. So right here, you'll see this is a Panini Donruss Optic basketball blaster box, $42 compared to $450. Now, the big difference being you're guaranteed, certain autographs, numbered cards, better cards, and these you're not. You're chasing. So people like the chase. I do. I started with hobby boxes. I only buy retail boxes, and these can be bought at Target. These can be bought at Walmart, Five Below. Walmart, there's a Walmart superstore by our house where I get a lot of my blaster boxes. And there's different variations of boxes. There are hanger boxes, which are the ones that kind of hang on the wall. There are fat packs, which also hang on the wall, and they're just a one cello pack that have 20 cards. Then there's blaster boxes like you're seeing right here, which have anywhere between 4 to 6 packs with anywhere between 4 to 6 cards per pack. Then you have mega boxes, and mega boxes are basically twice the size of a blaster box. And then that's all for retail, and you're going to pay, fair pricing. And StockX is a great website where you can bid on specific retail boxes. Now, eBay as well is great for that. You can also you can go on eBay and you can use this site, which everyone's familiar with, to bid on some of your stuff. So you can see right here, this one is selling for $62, compared to 42 right here. So you can kind of go back and forth. So that's another side of it. So you have the hobby side, the hobby box side, where you're going to spend a ton of money. There's boxes that are $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, but it's high-end cards. You hit a great card, you could hit a $10,000 or $15,000 card. I like the chase. I like the retail. But the other side of it is buying raw cards. Buying raw cards that you can then get at a decent price. Recently, I ended up, I'll show you some of the recent purchases that I have had. What I did was I always kind of stay in touch and on track with what players are doing the best right now that maybe have some decent value. So this is a couple that I recently got. I'll show you my purchase history. I got these the other day. I actually got this Tyrese Maxey. It's called a Disco Silver Prism, and I got it for $40. So it's I'll bring it back up one more time. So it's right here. This is an autographed card. I ended up getting a Jonathan Taylor for $46. It's a number to 99 autograph. This was the Michael Jordan sticker card. I ended up getting a Luka Doncic rookie. So this is where you can go and you can buy a raw card, and then you can go get it graded. And again, there's a couple different grading card companies. There's another website called Dave and Adams. It's a large online but in-store where you can get cards. But you can see these are all hobby boxes. $259 for a hobby box, $300, $250, $90, $450. So again, you're going to deal with a lot more. So my advice, if I was getting back into card collecting, which I now am, and someone else wanted to, number one, I would go through some of your old cards and really look at the condition, look at the corners, look at the surface, and look at the centering. And to really see if it's valuable, go onto eBay and search that card. So say it's a Cal Ripken Jr. rookie. Search Cal Ripken Jr. rookie PSA 10. That basically is going to be your marker. It'll show you what a highly graded version of that card is worth. And again, if there's some worth there, if you feel the card is good, then you can send it into PSA. I suggest SGC, TGA, or GMA. Those are the three that I use. Great turnaround time, highly reputable companies and grading systems, very, very fair pricing, but also fair grading as well. And I would really start there. And the second thing, I would go and buy some retail boxes. Go to your local Walmart or Target, but also select a sport. So I started with baseball. I'm done with baseball. I am not collecting baseball cards anymore. My number one priority is collecting basketball, and the secondary focus is going to be football. Those are the only two. I'm not doing hockey. I'm not doing WNBA. I'm not doing UFC. I'm not doing WWE. I'm not doing WNBA. I'm not doing baseball. I'm doing those two. So choose your sport or sports that you are going to collect. The third thing is start searching out some raw cards. Pay attention to maybe some cards that you wanted back in the day and look for ungraded raw cards that look like they're in good condition that you can then send off to up the value. And the great thing is you can make offers on anything that you want. I got a Matisse Thybulle rookie autograph. I got two great LeBron James that I've been looking at for a long time, and it's fun, and it's not as expensive as a hobby as people think it is. When you get into the hobby boxes, that's when things get a little bit pricey. Not that we can't afford it, but I'd rather chase and I'd rather go over things and try to find things that I want. So you can chase through the retail packs, look at some of your old stuff, but if there's an individual card that you really want, like I also put a bid in for a Cole Anthony on card autograph Onyx with blue ink, which is numbered to 50, because Cole Anthony is having a great year this year. So you can have a lot of fun going after maybe cards for your personal collection, but I would start there. Start with your personal collection, look at the corners, look at the surface, look at the centering, and then go on eBay and start searching for those cards in PSA 10. And all you have to do is type in, Bo Jackson scorecard PSA 10, and it'll show you what all of them are being listed for to see if you have anything of value. But I would go retail, pick a sport, and then also buy some raw cards that are fairly priced that you can bid on, that you can then turn around, send off to get graded, and up the value. So I hope this has helped. Good luck collecting. Hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.